How are you? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. All right, I'm going to make sure I've got this on there right. Then let me get back in here, and there we go. All right, I tried to get everything set up before I went live. So all I had to do for my Facebook was hit share post. So I think we are all set for that. And make sure that you say hello. Make sure you share. Make sure you comment. Make sure that you give me a thumbs up. That always helps with the algorithm of YouTube or even Facebook. So also, if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure that you subscribe to my channel so that you can get notified whenever I go live or post another video. I'm trying to think. I have lots to show you, as always. So what I'm probably going to do is just go ahead and put you down on the table so that I can show you the papers and do all that fun stuff. So I'm going to close it and put it down. Yes, happy Monday for sure. It feels like it's been a long Monday for some reason. All right, I think I got it in there right. Everything seems to be crooked for some reason today. I don't know what I've done to make everything crooked, but we're gonna see. I did move the camera down just a little bit. I'm not sure if I've moved it down enough on the stand, but we're gonna see. So, hey, Kathy. Hey, Carrie. Hey, Kathy with a K, Kathy with a C. Verna, and then Sharon and Debbie. Okay, so first let's go ahead and do prize from last week. It was the framed florets. Florence Miller won that, and of course I have her email, her mailing address, so I will get that over to her. For those of you who won last week, I have not mailed those yet because I was trying to get out my live class from last week, as well as kind of getting everything ready for this trip. So I have a lot of things I have to do for Stampin' Up for my Simply Elizabeth Crafts business before I go. I've got a couple videos to film and do all that fun stuff. So, and I'm trying to get ahead on those things. So I am behind on mailing the prices. So I will get those out though tomorrow, I promise. Okay. So a couple things that I wanted to go over real quick. Bingo. This deadline is the 29th of May. I tried to really kind of make everything either right when I was leaving or right when I come back, because then I can make sure that everything is here in time for these events, because literally I come back, I think we fly in, we won't be back until like early Monday morning our time. And so once we get in, we will sleep. And then literally the next weekend is bingo and everything else. So I'm trying to make the deadlines semi feasible for me, just to make sure that I get everything together. So just make sure that if you want to do bingo, it'll be the 29th. There are emails going out. I've already got those all together and scheduled, so you'll get reminders by email if you're on my email list. The cost is $45. Again, that's deadline is the 29th. I actually am working on picking out what products they're going to be. So if you have suggestions, list it in a comment and I will be more than happy to choose those, because I'm worried, like, I don't want anybody to, order them and then end them. So I'm trying to pick some favorites, but different, if that makes sense. But anyway, okay, so that's bingo, which bingo, for those who don't know, it's one of my favorite events that I do. I have so much fun with bingo because I love watching people win, especially your first time there, winning for the first time. It's always a lot of fun. And of course, then always making fun of Kelly because she wins a lot. So there's a lot of fun camaraderie as well. The next thing is the annual catalog paper share. If you're interested in the paper share, the cost is $65. If you're local, you can pick it up at class on June the 3rd. If you're not local to me, it is $8 in shipping. Registration, I moved that to the 29th, the day I get back, so that I literally will order everything on that Monday night. So I'll close it out and then I'll get everything ordered. You get a fourth a pack of all the paper. Some of the specialty papers, it would be kind of a tease if you only had a fourth a pack. So those I am actually being a little generous on and giving you half a pack. Some of the paper or the specialty paper, it's a vellum that we're using tonight. You'll actually get a half a pack of that paper. Actually, I don't know. We might not be using that tonight. I might have just, yeah, I told a story. I'm sorry. You'll get half a pack of this because if you only got a fourth of it, you would literally get a 6x6 piece of each one. That's just not fun. That's not fun at all. And that doesn't let you really kind of see the paper and experience the paper and use the paper. So that, of course, is kind of where I'm adding in the host code. So not the host code, but like the Stampin' rewards so that you can get a little bit more. So you are getting some free paper as well. So again, 29th for that one. This one for the In Color Club, the registration for this is May the 20th. I think the last group I have that I'm trying to fill with 5, I think I have 2 spots left. It's either 2 or 3. I can't remember. I looked this morning and then I've now forgotten. So I try to do them in groups of 5. Obviously, if it doesn't work that way, it's totally fine. But I think if 3 more people, it fills the last miscellaneous group that I've got. It is $60. You get lots of things with this, and I've got kind of a sample packed together here for you. This is one of the colors. This is Copper Clay, which will be really good for the earthy set that's in our new catalog. So you get a pack of the card stack. You get your color of the DSP, which is a 6x6. So you get 8 sheets of that. You get the ink pad. You get the ink refill. You get the Stampin' blends. You get the ribbon, the marker, the twine, and then a handmade card using that color. So the other colors would be you would have the boho blue in the background and that kind of stuff. Then every month from me, you get an embellishment that will help coordinate with your In colors. And that just helps you to kind of build those up so that you're not having to, it's just little free gifts and say thanks, because it's a 5-month commitment. So that 5-month commitment is $60 if you pick up at class, and you would pick up that first Saturday. So you have to register by the 20th, and you would pick up at the June class. And it's $60 for all that, which is a really good deal. And then you also, if you are a mail away, you can pay the $8 in shipping, and I will mail that to you every month. And it'll go out by the 27th of every month, except for May, because I won't be in the country yet. So May will go out as soon as I get back into the country. So it'll probably go out around the 29th or the 1st of June. So that's the In Color Club. And here are all the colors if you'd like to see those. So you've got Wild Wheat, Copper Clay, Moody Mauve, Petaled Path, and Boho Blue. This one, I'm still trying to figure out if I like that one or not. But I'm sure once it's leaf season, fall season, I will fall madly in love with it. So there we go. That's that. Now, I do have club ready for, let's see, that would be June, because it will come out. It will be mailed to everybody in June. And I'm not going to show you what those cards are right now because we're going to use the suite today, because I'm just going to try to tease everyone to join my club. But it is going to be using the beautiful balloons, and I'll show you at the end what cards we're going to make in club. But with club, you would get half a pack of the, I think it's called Bright and Beautiful. So Bright and Beautiful 6x6 paper. You will get half a pack of this. So if you do the paper share, you'll now have a full pack of this window sheet. I think they call it, it's Gold Celebrations Specialty Designer Series paper. This is gorgeous. I love it. I love it. You will also get a bolt of the Starry Sky metallic ribbon, and you will get a full pack of the sequins so that you can make some shaker cards, because there are some shaker cards in club for this month. So, and then of course you can always add on the bundle for the cost of the bundle. So I don't know what that cost is off the top of my head. It's these two prices, but then you take away 10%. So you get it for the cost of the bundle. I pay the shipping and I pay the tax for it. So know that. Later this week, I will have a video. This is just a sneak peek of a card that you're going to see a video come out at the end. It'll probably come up on Friday, I think is when it'll post. This is a card that I made in the card class back at the beginning of May. So what, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago? And I really liked this card, so I wanted to share it with everyone. So you'll have a video and a blog post on that. And that will be, it'll either be late Thursday night or first thing on Friday that you'll see that. But I really have enjoyed this set. I think it's been fun. So we're going to dive in to our projects now. Thanks, Carrie. Yes, so I'm a huge birthday person. Like I love birthdays. I love birthday cards, but I feel like birthday cards should be real bright. Hence why I used a lot of bright colors. But you know, when you get a birthday card in the mail, you want it to be fun. So this is going to be our first card. This, and I've done most of the die cutting, so don't worry about that. As a matter of fact, I've actually done all the die cutting for this one. All right, so I'm going to pull that one out. Let me put this over here. Okay. Oh, this is the host code for this class. I will be still doing this class you can, if you do a purchase of $35 more, you can get these make and takes. I'm going to try to get them out by Friday. If I don't, I will get them out as soon as I get back. But, you know, this bundle is still available for a really long time. So just know that. Okay, so this is a tag that comes in the dies. But, you know, the one thing I noticed about this set was it doesn't really have any presents. So when I was looking at this, before I realized it was a tag, I thought it was a present box. So that's why I'm doing this card. And we're going to use a lot of ribbon and all that fun stuff, but it is actually a really easy card once you cut everything out. The blog post for today will post after, it will actually probably not post until first thing in the morning. I have to add the pictures, so I didn't let it go yet. I was having an issue with getting them to save to my computer. So there will be a blog post so that you have all those measurements, because you will need them for this card for sure. Okay, this is going to be our outside piece, and then we also need an inside piece. So we're going to take this and go ahead and put it on the inside. If I can find, let me move this out the way. I'm blocking myself in from all of my tools. All right. We're going to go ahead and stick this on the inside so we don't get glue or anything else on it. And you can always stamp the insides if you would like. All right, so we're gonna set that aside, and then we're gonna start building our fun little presents here. So we're gonna take the back of this one, we're gonna put some adhesive on it, maybe. And we're gonna take our Coastal Cabana, and we're gonna do a little trimming on the edges. So all we wanna do is we just wanna corner round that edge, and these are dull. I need to get those, what's the word? I don't know what the word is. I've drawn a blank. I'm live. I don't know my words. So we're gonna just corner around all these, and the reason we're cornering these is because if you look at your tag here, your corners are rounded there, but you can't cut this out or you're gonna have the holes again. And so I wanted it to not have the white background in all of them. So we're gonna lay this on top like that. Then we're gonna pull in our cutter, sharpened. Thank you. I need to have those sharpened. We're gonna trim off this little piece right here. We don't want that. We just want that to be straight across. Seriously, you would seriously think that I've never spoken ever about crafting when I go live, because man, I lose it all. And then I want to not have the bottom part. I want this one to be a little smaller. So I'm just gonna actually randomly cut it. I'm not measuring that, just so you know. All right, so we've gotten that one done. Then we are gonna take our Coastal Cabana piece, and this one, we are gonna attach our Flirty Flamingos. So again, we need to round these corners. When you round the corners, you don't need to cut much off. Just a tiny bit. And you could adhere it on there and then trim it if you want. Either way is fine. All right, so for this one, we're gonna go right to there. All right, so that one is done because we're gonna use the whole thing. Then let's do our Flirty Flamingo, and we're gonna use white behind it. Oh, I need to corner the edges. Might have done that one just a little too much. All right, so there we go. Oh, thank you, Verna. You know, there was a set a long time ago, and I was looking through the cards that I had made, and it had presents. It had a lot of presents in it, but the page in the catalog it had like a, well, it had balloons too, but it had, we're going to trim off the top, and then we're going to cut the edge, or cut the bottom off. It had an elephant, like a white elephant, and they were like stacked on shelves. And I will have to say, I wasn't a huge fan of the colors of that set, but I absolutely loved that set because I really felt like the set was very versatile for birthdays. It had a lot of different pieces and parts for birthdays. All right, so now I've just trimmed off the end. I literally just trimmed off a little, and that's just because I want it to be a little shorter than the other ones. And then we're gonna do a full lemon lime twist. That's what that color is. And we're going to, which I have used a lot of the lemon lime twist. I've also used a lot of berry burst. And blueberry bushel. That's the other one I've used. So apparently those are going to be my go-to colors. All right, so let's put some adhesive on the back of this one. And then we will adhere. I might have trimmed it a little bit too much, but that's okay. We're just gonna go with it. We're gonna go with it. Okay, so let's put our coastal cabana down first, and we are going to adhere it straight down. Let's come this way. And then we're just gonna line it up, and we're gonna go up a little bit in the height. So we're gonna do right there. Then we're gonna pop this one up. Actually, let's put our Flirty Flamingo on first because we are gonna pop that one up. But first, we need to take some ribbon, and we're going to attach it like ribbon that you attach around a present. You see them a lot when you get like fancy wrapping done. I don't do much fancy wrapping. All right, so we're gonna put this on the very bottom, and then we're gonna come up here and put one on the very top, like that. Then we're gonna take our little ribbon here. We don't need a whole lot on the back, just enough to hold it. And then we're gonna go down. We're gonna cut this. So we're just gonna trim it off. And then we're gonna do glue dots here in the center. And then on this side in the center. And then we're gonna see if we can make this one fit all the way across. And I'm gonna show you in just a second how I got this thin piece of ribbon. Because, well, I can tell you, I cut it in half. I love to cut ribbon in half, but it was just a little bigger than I wanted, and I didn't want to use linen thread because I use linen thread all the time. And so I really wanted some fun colors for this one. All right, so there we go. There is our wrapped present. So now we're going to put dimensionals on the back. And we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 in the middle. I think that will be good. All right, so then we're gonna just place this one right here for just a second. Actually, you know what? We can go ahead and put this one down. I did it last when I was putting it together and it worked out. When I going live, it's not gonna work out. So we're gonna go ahead and adhere it. Make sure that we have it all lined up. All right, so this one's gonna be about here. Like that, okay. And then we're gonna attach this right over it. And actually we're gonna do the round at the top and the flat at the bottom. We're gonna do that. Okay. And then last but not least, we wanna do this one. So it's gonna be flat on the bottom, but we don't need this popped up. So we're gonna do adhesive on that side. And then dimensionals on that one. And that will go right there. Okay, now let's put our ribbon and all those items together. This is going to be attached with a glue dot. So we're going to put a glue dot on there. And then we're just going to fold that glue dot on top of itself so that it's not hanging over the edges. And then we're going to stick it there. We are going to take some of our black and white gingham. Sorry, Kathy. Sorry. As always, I'm sorry. I know. This is a good one. A birthday one is always good because you can do so much with it. The balloons are amazing. And I will say I had a lot of fun using the balloons to make cards. So I will show you those at the end. Okay, so we've got that. I'm gonna make it just a little smaller. I don't want it to be too big. Okay, and then we'll do a glue dot and stick this one on. And you know what, before we start putting our ribbon on, probably need to do the most important thing, and that is stamp. I wanted the presents on first though, because I needed to make sure that where I put my sentiment, that it doesn't do what I did here, and that was kind of cover up that birthday. So now I have the ability to move it over just a touch. And actually, we're just going to do the happy birthday in the center and not do the yay you, because I added the yay you because I had happy birthday way too far over. So we're going to leave it like that. And now let's put our bow on. There we go. Okay, now for this one, we're going to use some new ribbon. This is in the Zany Zoo set. We're going to tie us a bow. I love this. It's lemon lime twist. So it's a good thin ribbon. I like thin ribbons. I don't really like anything bigger than that or thicker than that. That's kind of where I like to draw the line for cards, just for me. When I do other projects, like 3D projects, I like the bigger ribbon. All right, so glue dot. And then we'll stick that one right there at the top. All right, so here is, actually, let me put my pen back in. And let me put it back in my black and white too. All right. And now let's do this one. Okay, so I'm just gonna pull a piece off and I'm going to cut. And then I'm just gonna put my pen back in, move it out the way, and then we're gonna take and just cut this bad boy in half. That's it. And it makes it thin, which is what we like. I think for these, I think the really thin works better. If you wanted to do a little thicker, you could. And it just takes it a minute to do it, and it's not straight. I'm very crooked, which is fine. You don't notice when you start tying it. Okay, and I'm going to save that for another project because I am sure I will use it. And then we're just going to tie a little bow. We're going to see if we can tie a little bow with this. I might have cut it too small. Ooh, nope, I didn't. Okay, perfect. And then you're going to have some little sprigs out there. And that's okay. You can either pull them off, and it usually is easier, but it's not coming off now. If you don't want all the little extra fuzzies, that I'm just going to cut off real quick. Nobody will ever know it was there. All right, and then we're going to trim off the edges, or trim off the tails. Oops. There we go. We'll grab a glue dot and stick this one on. We'll stick it right there. All right, and then last but not least, we want to, this is the metallic woven ribbon, and this is in the Sweet Sorbet. And I didn't use Sweet Sorbet on this card at all, but I felt like it kind of went along with all the other crazy colors on it. So that's what we're going with. So we will tie. Okay, and then we will trim and we will trim. We will glue dot. And then on this one, we need to fold over so that the glue dots don't hang off. And then we're just going to stick it right there in that little hole. And then ta-da. Yes, Debbie, you do. You know, though, sometimes I do have a hard time. I will tell you, the very first time I ever cut a stamp, I probably about had a heart attack. Now I cut a stamp and I'm like, meh, whatever. Because, you know, sometimes you don't want all the words. Because I just cut it and you can put it right back together. I definitely have gotten braver over the years. Okay, let's add this to our card front, and we're just going to do it flat. So we're going to go here and here and 2, 3, and 4. All right, and then we will stick that right on the front. And ta-da, there we go, card number 1. I think I definitely like it better with just the happy birthday. Yes, it is very scary. It took me probably a couple of years of cutting them before I was like, let's do this. But sometimes I get nervous if it's like a stamp set that I really like and I know that I want to keep it and it's retiring. But yeah. So, all right, card number 2. We are going to do some fun balloons. And we're going to pull out some embellishments I haven't used in a really long time, but I love these. And I don't know why I haven't used them more often. But we're going to use the Daffodil Delight because that coordinates very nicely. In this set, I also used the Stylish Shapes. Of course, y'all know I use those all the time. All the time. And we need a black pen for this one. You can use a regular black pen, or here's a Stampin' Right marker. I have not actually ordered all the new Stampin' Right markers, just the ones for the in colors. They are different. Let me show you the difference real quick. So this is what an old one looked like. This is what the new one looks like. So it's different. I will be interested to see how it's going to work. Yeah, so we'll see. But I probably won't replace all of them just because my old ones do work really well. But okay, so this is card number 2. We're going to do a fun die. And it is the only the only die cutting we have to do. So I'm going to go ahead and do it now because I love this die. And I'm going to show you a trick with it. So I had a customer show me, hold on, I gotta grab a new one. So as Stampin' Up, we do not sell this. And so she was using it in class the other day. So I went to scrapbook.com and I ordered some. And it is it's called mint tape. And y'all, it is amazing. It is amazing. I purchased a whole big bag. A whole big bag of it. This is great. And I need to open it. I've got a whole nother one that's open over on my desk where I do most of my crafting. But this tape doesn't stick, but it sticks. Unlike the Post-it tape that I keep telling you guys that I use all the time, which is somewhere around here. I don't know where it's, oh, right here. So the difference is this doesn't hold very well until you smush it down when it runs through, and then it sticks and sometimes rips the paper. So I've been having some issues with it lately. I don't know if it's just gotten stickier, like tackier, I don't know. But this is like washi tape and it is amazing. So I highly recommend it for anyone. And yes, and it is a really good price. Verna, it is actually at scrapbook.com. And when I ordered these last week, they were on sale too. Woohoo! We all like a good sale. But she let me borrow some in class and I was like, oh, I like this a lot. So she told me where to go get it. So I went on a hunt. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to put this sticky on the back like this, because we're going to let it grab our paper, and it doesn't stick to the dies like my Post-it does too. So we are then going to lay our paper down, and what we want to do, because we want this to be like our, we want it to look, I don't know, frayed. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. So we want it to be frayed. So we want to make sure that we don't put it all the way to the end. Otherwise, it's just going to cut the cinder. So we need to make sure that those lines are showing at the end. And then we're just going to press it down. And then we're going to grab our machine. And we are going to stick our die in. Now, when I put this die in, it's solid here. So we're going to stick it at an angle so that it'll go through really nicely. And then you won't have a lot. It won't be hard to run through putting it at an angle like that. All right. So now, you will have that frayed look. And look how nicely that came off of that washi tape. Well, it's not called washi tape. I'm not sure what exactly it's called, but anyway, it is amazing. I highly recommend it. Scrapbook.com. Okay, so now we have our frayed piece, and now we can do the rest of our card. We're going to pull in our piercing mat, and we're going to grab, oh, here it is. We're going to grab the rest of the card pieces that I don't know what I did with. All right, let's stamp our sentiment really quick. And we're going to stamp that in Blueberry Bushel. And we're just going to stick it right there in the center. Ta-da! We're going to leave that open for now. All right, so we're going to take our piece here, and we are going to stamp first our largest balloon. Now, one trick is that these are solid images, so if your ink pads are really, really inky, you're going to have a hard time. It's going to fill in your little holes with your stars and your confetti on the edge. So just know that a way to reduce the amount of ink is just take a little plastic spoon and just scrape some off. I had to do it a lot, especially on this one. And I probably still need to do it, but I'm not gonna make you watch me do that. All right, so I've got it inked up. Now we're just gonna stamp it right there. I'm gonna press it and hold it for just a second so it gets all that ink transferred. And ta-da. That's probably just a little too dark, but it's okay. We're gonna go with it. All right, then we're gonna take, actually let's take our lemon lime twist, and let's do our, so you can see here where I scraped some of the ink. And then we're gonna stick this one right here. And it will solid up, if that is even a word. The ink will not look so blotchy when it dries, I promise. With these lighter colors like this, they seem to be a little blotchy when you first stamp, but then they dry very nicely. All right, and then we're gonna do our littlest one. We're going to do it in Daffodil Delight, and we're going to stick that right about here. I'm trying to space them for the tail. Okay, now we're going to take black ink, and we're going to ink. We're going to add our little tails here. And then we're gonna flip this one. Okay, now I want to extend these two right here because I want those to be a little longer. So now we're gonna grab the black pen or black Stampin' Right marker. I'm gonna see if my hand will not be shaky. And we're gonna just go down like that. And we're gonna do it again right here. Ooh, that was pretty good. That's not how it turned out on the sample. I had to cover it up so it looked bad. Okay, so there we go. We got that. Now we're going to take some tear and tape and we're going to put it on the back of this piece here. We're going to just run it all the way across. And then we will peel it. Oh, Angie, you're never late. Never. You can always catch up. And actually, this is only our second card, so you're good. You're good. Okay, now we're going to fold our card base in half. And then we're going to stick this on the edge. And I'm going to see if I can make this work. I might get my head in there, and I'm sorry. Good thing is it is a little forgiving because you've got this all cut, so you can adjust this a little bit as you go. So, but there, oh, y'all, I put it on backwards. My goodness. Okay, let's see if we can take that bad boy off. I might not be able to. We're going to do it slow, though. Let's see. Oh, I can't believe I did that. And I lined it up so nicely, too. Okay, well, it's going to tear that whole thing off there, which is fine. I'd rather it tear that than the other piece. We'll grab another one. All right. Let's take this piece off here. Ooh. Might just have to cut a whole new piece. Can I make it work? I think I can make it work. We have faith. All right, let's do that again. Let's put our adhesive down. You know, sometimes it's just trial and error. Trial and error. All right, so now we got that. Now let's fold our card base again. I can use the other card base for scraps. Yep. All right. I'm just going to take this backing off. All right, let's do it the right way this time. All right, let's line it up. I was thinking it was a whole lot easier this time than it was last time. All right, let me start with this end. I think I'm left-handed, so it makes it a little harder sometimes. And it's okay if it hangs over just a little bit anyway. You can always trim off the little extra edges. Okay. Well, I think that's pretty good. All right, fixed. Yay! All right, this piece is going to be popped up. So we're going to grab those dimensionals. Yes, it is, Debbie. Yes, it is. It is very strong. And I'm glad I didn't let it sit there for a really long time before I noticed that it was wrong. Otherwise, we would have not gotten it off. We would have started over. Okay, this one is a much longer piece because it's the 5.5 inches. So me and my pickiness, we're going to add dimensionals there. And I know it takes me a little longer to take them off, but it will make it worth it when it goes through the mail. All right, now we're gonna line this up, and how I'm gonna do that is I'm going to take my card base, I'm gonna hold it down to the table, and then we're gonna make sure that it's the right way. We're gonna line it up like this from edge to edge, and then we're just gonna lightly fold it up. And then ta-da, there we go. That's very, very close. Okay, so now we're going to add our sentiment that we already stamped. We're gonna flip that over. We're gonna pop it up to. We're gonna do 3 dimensionals on it. And we're gonna stick it down here at the bottom. And then we're gonna add in our fun little Daffodil Delight. And these are called Glossy Dots Assortment. And it's Coastal Cabana, Daffodil Delight, Melon Mambo, and Gorgeous Grape. They're all good colors. And then we're gonna do one here. These are a little tougher to get off for some reason. I don't know if it's because I've had them for a while or what, but we'll stick that one there and one here. Let's do that one there. And then we'll do this one right there. Okay, so there is our second card. Minus the mess up. This one's an actually pretty easy card. Just, you know, put things on the right way and you'll not have a problem. All right. So we will set that one aside. And our third one, I have to say, is probably my favorite one. We are going to do a fake shaker card. This bundle really got me thinking about shaker cards. And I'm not sure I cut the plastic piece that I need. Nope, I sure didn't. These are just straight off of Amazon. Honestly, I think they're 4 1/4 by 6 maybe. I'm not sure, but they came straight off of Amazon, and I've probably had them, I don't know, 5, 6 years. I want to say there was like 200 in the bag. So we're going to take our pieces out here. I'm going to grab my little cutter, and I believe, I just want to make sure that I don't cut it too small. Okay, so let's cut it. We just have to cut off this top part because there's too much of that, and you'll have to wrap it around itself way too much. So we're actually going to cut it at 3 1/2 or 3 1/4. Let's do 3 1/4. All right, and you could use this for something else if you wanted. Me, I'm just going to throw it away. Okay, so before we put our piece in, what I want to do is I want to stamp this, and I'm going to stamp it with confetti, the confetti stamp, and we're going to use a lemon lime twist on lemon lime twist. And I'm going to use it the same way just several times. And then I'm going to flip it and go at it a couple times. And then we're going to flip it again and go in the opposite direction. We're just wanting those curly cues to be on the opposite sides. Oh, wow, I'm really missing the ink pad. All right, and then let's do this way. Let's do some sideways like this. Okay, let's do one more right there. Perfect. Okay. And while we're stamping, let's just go ahead and do our happy birthday, which we stamped in black earlier. So I'm going to clean that really quick. Yeah, I know, Angie. It's a good one, though. It really is. Just because of the balloons, it's a good one. Okay, so let's stamp it. We're going to stamp it in that blueberry bushel. And I told you, I've been using the blueberry bushel a lot. I like it. I like it a lot. We're going to just stamp that right there in the center. Ta-da! Okay. Now, we're going to take this right here. We're going to take our tear-in tape, and we are going to put on the inside, which I know it's hard to see because it's clear. Let's do this. Let's move all that real quick. Okay, so we're going to take on the inside and put this. And this is so that we can keep our, all right, let me do it left-handed, sorry. Keep our sequence in. And it doesn't necessarily have to be all the way from left to, you don't have to get it like all the way in the corner. It'll be fine. All right, so I'm just gonna attach it there. Okay, I don't know why I'm struggling because seriously, I did this, I've done this card twice now. I did not have this many problems. Okay, we're gonna try on this side. Let's see if I can make it work. Okay. Well, maybe I should have cut the edges. Maybe that's what I should have done. All right, there we go. Okay, goodness gracious. Okay, so that's going to attach. So we've got that on that piece. Now on the opposite side, on the outside, we're going to put a piece all the way across. Like that. Okay, that one was much easier. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to stick our, and we want to make sure that when we stick it in, that that piece that's on the outside, it's going to be on the back. So then we're going to slide this in. Just like that. Okay, then we're going to take our sequence. Oh, thank you, Margie. I appreciate that. I have to say this is probably my favorite one too. We're going to stick these in, and we're just going to make sure that we put a bunch in there, and we just want to make sure they go in the front, not in the back. Oops, I probably put too much in there. And then you kind of want to flatten it out a little bit, because when we close it, you want to make sure that it will close. So let's take a little bit of those out. There we go. Okay, and then of course I'm going to make a mess because that's my job. All right, now we're going to take that inside piece, and we want to make sure that the green piece is really all the way down. We're going to take the backing off. So this is a different roll than I was using before, and it might be an older roll. There we go. Whew. A struggle bus. All right, and then we're just gonna flatten that out. We're gonna press it really good. Okay. Now we're gonna make sure that green piece is all the way down. We're gonna take the backing off of the one on the outside, and then we are gonna fold it, and it seals it closed. So now you have your shaker mechanism, and then I just kind of played around with them to kind of get them so that they were flat inside. But now you have a fake shaker card. I'm going to flip that over. I'm going to take that tear-in tape again, and we're going to put it, I find the tear-in tape works really well with the plastic. So, because with the seals, it's hard to get it to run. down across it, so this just makes it really easy. So I'm just going to put a lot on there. Okay, we're going to take our card front and we're going to fold it in half, our card base, and fold it in half. Hey, Linda. All right, so now we're just going to take all those backings off, and then Linda, you're catching me with my mess up card. I can't seem to make anything on it go as planned. All right, so now we're going to adhere this to our card front center. And I just want to make sure that I get it straight as possible. Okay, and then there you go. There's your little shaker card. I think it's so much fun. And you know, it's a whole lot easier when you do this other than the other way that you can do shaker cards. All right, let me get these little sequins up real quick so I don't get them on the floor and then Maggie gets them. We're gonna avoid that. Okay, I think I got all of them. Okay, oh, nope, there's one right there. Right on the happy birthday. Okay, so we're gonna flip our happy birthday over. We're gonna put dimensionals on it. We're gonna put one in the center. And then we're gonna attach this over here a little closer to the bottom right. All right, we're gonna take the starry sky and we are going to tie a large bow. And then we will trim off the ends. I will fix the ends whenever I get done putting the star over it, because we may even adjust it just a little bit more. All right, the stars I cut out from the designer series paper, the Bright and Beautiful designer series paper. It is really pretty. All right, and let's see. All right, I think that is good. All right, so we're gonna take a little glue dot. We're gonna put it in the center of the star. And then we are going to figure out how we want this to sit. And I think I'm gonna do it like this. So we're gonna do our ribbon across here. Oop, I got it stuck. There we go. Okay, then we're gonna put dimensionals on either side. And then we're gonna attach it right over like that. Okay, and now we can trim off our tails of our ribbon, because now we kind of know the length that we will want them. All right, so we got that. And now we've just got this one, so we're just gonna do a glue dot with it. Actually, we're gonna put 2 glue dots on it, make sure it stays nicely. All right, there we go. And then ta-da, now I just need to put one little piece on the inside. Oh yes, it is. It definitely is, Debbie. I have to say the fonts in this one, I really like. So there's one, I like the mix and match of the almost like cursive, but not really in the other one too. So, all right, seal. And then we'll put that on the inside. And then ta-da, there is our last card for tonight. Okay, so here are all of the cards we did tonight. I kind of like that star better, so I'm going to put that one there. We're going to put this one on top. And then there we go. Okay, so those are our 3 cards. Now, club. I started working on these projects and I fell in love with it. So I decided that club was going to include doing this set as well. So here are the cards for club. The emails will start coming out next week for club. But I am in love with, like, this is probably one of my favorites here. I love the balloons. I absolutely love the balloons. This one here was actually a mask that I created, and I'll show you real quick. So, and if you get club, you will get a piece of window sheet to cut your balloon out. And then I went through and actually blended for the balloons in the background. And then this has the window sheet on top that has the confetti. I love that one too. But the window sheet, like, this is really good because you could even cut out some of the other balloons and do more at a time if you wanted. So, and then there's this one, which I love too. I really, really love this set, if you can't tell. And then that's the last one right there. And that one's just, that one was a fun, bright one for me. So I liked that one too. And of course, purple is my favorite color. So it works out really good. So those are club cards. Club is $39. And again, for club for this month, you get half a pack of the 6x6 paper. You get a full pack of the sequins so you can make your shaker cards. I think there's only one shaker card. Yeah, there's only one shaker card, so that's a shaker card because that's got that window sheet in the background too. And then you also get a full bolt of the Starry Sky metallic ribbon, and you get a half a pack of the window sheets. And here's another one. I didn't quite have enough time. I was going to create another card and use the polka dots because those are really pretty too. So that is everything for tonight. Don't forget, I'll leave, oops, that one is club. Don't forget about In Color Club. Don't forget about Bingo, and don't forget about the paper share. There are links for all 3 of these in the description of the video. And I think there is a link in the description for the club. Don't click on that though, because that's wrong. That's for last month and it's done and over. You can't get that one anymore. Because I got to get those out before I leave. So, but all the description or the links for these are in the description of the video. The link I have to update for ordering if you want today's class, which would include the class packet for these 3 cards, is wrong as well. It has the wrong host code. So I will have to update that. So I will do that right after I get off of here. But if you have any questions, let me know. My email is in the description of the video, so you can reach out to me that way. And I will not see you guys for the next 2 weeks. I will be across the sea. And I just want to say before I get off, and I'll probably start crying, you guys really killed it for me last year. And because of y'all, I get to go and enjoy an amazing vacation with my husband, and we are looking forward to it. We've seen a lot of pictures and we are both super excited. And so before I leave, I just want to tell you guys, thank you so much. I'm working toward Mexico really hard now because I'm like a little over halfway there already. So I don't know, I might earn Mexico too, but Ben doesn't really want to go to Mexico. So, but I will post lots of pictures and all of that. So I just wanted to tell you, for everybody who watches, whether you purchase from me or not, just watching has helped build my business. And of course, when you purchase a class or a club or anything like that, it has gotten me to where I am. So I'm very thankful and grateful for all of you. And on that note, I'm going to say goodnight so that I'm not not crying. I love you guys, and I will see you in 3 weeks with some hopefully new products from the trip. I think they're going to give us some new stuff, so we'll see, but I'll post lots of pictures while we're there too. So, all right, see y'all later. Bye.